Where's go live? Oh, go live.
Hello?
Well, there's like that 10-second delay, remember?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to make sure my hello was
Okay.
right away.
Whoa.
There we are.
We're back.
I hear things.
Uh-oh.
I don't see anything.
Whoa. Is anyone else hearing that?
Yeah.
That's because he has it playing on his computer.
Oh, you. Come on.
All better.
All
Rookie.
better. Okay.
Rookie.
Just wanted to check the audio was working.
Yep.
All
All right,
guys.
everyone.
I don't know what.
There we go. Okay.
Oh.
I just was making sure. We don't have Eric today.
We don't know what happened, but it seems to be okay now. Let us
Eric was
know if it's not
parachuting
okay.
and he accidentally grabbed his backpack. So we're on our own.
That's terrible.
Sorry.
Eric, don't go skydiving this week.
No, he's hanging out with the princesses this week.
All right. Can we ban Manuel? He's bringing up the HP4 already. You're booted.
Man.
You're out of here.
HP4 is not the announcement.
That is not the announcement.
The announcement is
That'd be a good
electric
one, though.
cars.
Yep.
We already did the whole announcement, but apparently you guys weren't here. So now that we're all together
Well,
again,
they were there. They're just trying.
Yep.
ZZ Performance is switching to electric.
All EVs. Zoom sat us down today for a meeting, and with the EPA regulations, everything that we've been going through, it's going to be a tough transition, but fully electric.
Yep.
We knew it was the way forward.
Not an instant transition, but
No.
within
So
2 years, I'd say.
The current plan is run out the existing inventory for any of the gas-powered cars. So 3800s, LNFs, all that, LSJs.
Yeah. Current situation with inflation is just terrible right now. And honestly, think about how old these cars are. We've already modified most of them that
Yep.
are out on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Doesn't sound like fuel's going down
No.
in the next 2 years.
And,
I was
with the
just talking to my
new
wife about
Tesla,
that last night.
it's smart. It's the way to go.
So get your orders in now.
Yep. Running out of time. Put them in today. Go order stuff right now.
Yeah, what's left?
Bet someday it will come sooner than you think. Yes.
It's already here.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Have you missed the past 4 minutes?
Anyways, now that we got that out of the way,
Yep.
we are an EV company from this point on. So,
And Putin is Jewish.
Dude,
If Will
he's-
Smith was in the chat, he'd slap all of you.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
He'd
Well,
try.
all right, we fooled at least one of you guys, right?
We got hopefully one.
At least one of you in the chat believed us. I hate April.
All right. There's one.
So we are making Tesla parts, but we are not going full electric. That would kill all of us inside.
Unless you guys stop buying parts, and then we will.
Yeah,
But
then we will. So
as long as you keep buying
are you
parts.
joking? See, we got one person. We got at least one person.
I can't see any of that.
I took it
You
as
gotta
like,
have really tiny eyes to view the tiny font.
Sorry, guys. Let me
Yeah.
fix that.
Yeah, I would definitely like looking at us better.
Eric, come home.
We
Well, the
can't
last
do
time
this
I
without
opened
you.
the chat, it crashed. So
Okay.
ZZE is actually what we're changing to, Jason Smith.
Now don't touch
Oh, I can read it.
anything.
Yeah.
What?
I don't understand that one, but all right.
Oh.
How would that work exactly? A ZZP dental dam.
I don't know if we should go there.
I don't know.
But I know a similar related product.
Oh my God, here we go again.
That's ZZP After Hours podcast.
Oh boy. Y'all don't even know.
the podcast keeps going after we close it.
Yep.
Just
It really does a lot of time.
Yeah.
JPL was thinking about it.
He was.
He was ready.
Never mind. He doesn't know about
He
that.
doesn't know about it.
Confused me.
Yeah, send us an email if you need to know the secret the secret thing.
No, I don't want that in my email.
No.
Message Tyler.
We'll forward it to Ryan.
Yeah, DM him. DM his wife.
Well, now that we
Or
got you
don't.
all in here with some clickbait, feel free to hang out. We're going to talk about cars.
Yeah,
like
you
normally do.
clickbaited
Talk
me
about
up here.
cars.
Gas powered things.
Yeah, fuel.
Fuel.
E85 mostly.
Yeah. Is the 85 gas? Who knows?
It's corn.
Kern.
He wasn't even
Whiskey.
listening.
So I suppose I'll start off with a good topic. The GR Corolla. We talked
Here we
about
go
it
again.
a little bit this morning, and we know Al's thoughts, but the public doesn't.
Yeah, I have.
Elle yelled at us.
Yep, he yelled
I
at us.
didn't even.
I
look
wasn't
into this
mad
yet.
that you guys liked the car. I was mad that I couldn't figure out how to get you to understand what the heck I was trying to say.
Well, I get it now.
Yeah,
Ryan still doesn't, though.
I don't think so.
Okay, so the GR Corolla is the four-door version of the GR Yaris that they announced like last year, somewhere like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's going to be way too expensive, but it's really cool. It has a 3-cylinder, 1.6-liter turbocharged engine,
All-wheel drive.
all-wheel drive,
Manual.
manual, intelligent manual, which is probably going to break, but it has cool
Has
downshift.
any of us even looked into that yet?
They didn't really have
I think
any
that's
details.
that's all it said. They didn't say what was.
Todd Dizzle, yes, actually. The Yaris already, people are tuning. With just a tune, it makes mid-300 wheel. HKS has like a 700 horse one.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Which
wild.
coming out of the box with
I don't
100
know.
horse per cylinder
That's solid.
is. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it's
It
pretty
looks
cool.
too much like a Yaris.
Well,
Well, it
is.
Like but like it shouldn't.
That dog looks very
Yaris?
dog-like.
Okay, but Yaris's look stupid.
And
What?
Well,
What?
Oh
get
my.
outta
Okay,
here.
listen, you drive a Echo, so
That's a Yaris everywhere else in the world.
Yeah, it is.
but it's an old one, so it's not the ones that I'm used to seeing.
if you put this 3-cylinder turbo engine in one of those freaking red and yellow 3-year-old cars, they would have been thrilled about it. Like, that's the way they were acting this morning.
No, I heard them talking about it, but I honestly never looked into
It's
it until just now.
and I made this point earlier. I'm really excited that Toyota is still doing gas engine stuff,
Yes.
which is great. Is it worth the what is probably going to be 40 to 70K after dealer markup?
If they make
No.
that 70K,
No,
I want to meet
it'll-
the guy that buys that.
It'll be 45,000, and then the dealers will mark it up to 60, and then you'll have all the other crap on top of that.
Yep.
So it will not be worth the money.
$20,000 per cylinder.
And all the STI dudes who have lost their STI now have this to go by because it's all-wheel drive
I
turbo.
don't know where they can
hatch.
find an STI.
Is the RS still
The
gonna be
Focus
a thing?
RS is gone. The only car that Ford makes is a Mustang.
That's right.
In the U.S. at least. They make the Focus everywhere else. But
Which, however long that is before it's full crossover Mustang thing, whatever it is.
There's large chunks of this world that are not anywhere close to being prepared for EV charging.
like the entire
make a good
United
point.
States.
Well, yeah.
yeah.
And we're the ones probably the closest to being ready for it.
Yeah.
I mean, any other like major established country probably.
Yeah, like
the
China.
The Nordic countries are the best in EV adoption rates. I think Sweden is like already 60%
What?
EV. Yeah.
Huh.
Kind of wild.
Huh.
But yeah, I mean, you live in anywhere rural United States, it's not feasible.
Oh, here's
No.
a good question, real quick. Randy Kemp, how much horsepower can be attained from bolting every ZZP part available in my 2017 Chevy Sonic?
Production or non?
Production.
Assuming that's production.
Any
Production,
part
you're looking
you can get from ZZP.
mid 200s on E85 with a manual car. If it's an auto car, that sucks.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Low 200s.
Yeah, unfortunately. But
Is what on the drag car we made what with the V3 281, 282?
yes, 282 on exhaust manifold controlled pressure.
Remember when that was amazing?
Yeah, 280 horsepower out of the.
And
the
we were
V3.
losing our minds.
Anyways,
We were
back to how Vikings are doing electric car things or something.
Yeah. But with our
for
new
the sneak attack. That makes sense now.
sneaky and stealthy. With the new turbo that's coming out, which we heard some good news this week on, is you're looking at 300 wheel, I would say, on a manual car with no problem. Which 300 wheel.
As long as you don't have rotiforms with 56 spokes. That's the caveat. I can't tune around the weight of the wheel. I'm sorry.
Is it actually 56 spokes?
I don't know. It might as well be.
We should count them.
We should count them.
So do you count each
Wheels for
tier?
sale?
Yeah, because you go to each circle. That's like a new spoke starts.
You know who
there.
I should sell them to?
Someone you hate.
No.
Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis.
Curtis might be into those.
Yeah.
They could look good on the car.
Curtis, are you watching?
Black?
I don't know if Curtis watches.
I don't know.
this.
He probably has to do his job right now.
I mean, just sandblast him, get the powder coat off, and he can powder coat him whatever color he wants.
They would look. I loved the idea of your wheels and the color idea, but the powder coat shop didn't execute on them.
No, they should have been a lot glossier.
Yeah, if they were glossy, they would have
Yeah.
looked a lot better. But those wheels in
Silver
silver,
will look good.
On-
Light
a
silver,
black
yep.
car.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking
Great.
silver or white.
I think they would look great. On the right car in white, they could look good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But
Good luck keeping those clean.
Yeah, you don't want to scrub all 7,500
So
spokes.
there-
oh
Ask
my
me
god,
how
Sit
I
there with
know.
your Dollar General toothbrush in each hand.
Do they make a brake dust colored powder coat? Like the name is brake dust.
it's the exact tone of.
I
brake
wouldn't
dust.
be surprised.
That's funny, actually.
If not, that's $1 million idea, guys. Somebody needs to do that.
Is that? I wonder why that's why OEMs are going to
Like
black
gunmetal.
wheels and gunmetal wheels, so they just don't
Can't
show
see it.
brake dust.
They can use whatever pads they want.
Yeah,
Nobody
I don't know.
complains.
Last video, you guys were saying the LF control arms are on the way, but any word on LNF axles?
Thanks for watching the videos.
Yeah, thanks for watching the videos.
That's the word.
But yeah, mouth blubber blah, 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 on the axles.
It's not a no.
Yeah.
It's on the list.
Very far down.
Well,
Well, not very far.
not
but
very far, but
further than
Not
the
now.
The
control arms.
good thing is that LNFs don't break axles, so you shouldn't have to buy another one. But if you do skeet and snap one,
You can't find them
I think
right now.
you're probably gonna break the trans first.
yeah, probably. Probably.
The super low guys, I think they're the ones that are eating the LNF axles. So why don't you, if you're like scrape and frame LNF guy, do the rest of the community a favor and switch to LSJ axles, because you're gonna destroy them anyway. So leave the good stock LNF axles for the rest of us.
Oh, actually, our ball joints might help axle braking.
Oh yeah, they could.
Wink, wink.
Oh yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
If you're smart, you can figure that out.
Yeah.
ATS coilovers are done. They hopefully will be on the site within a month or two.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we will have our full catalog. We will have coilovers for every model that we service, except for H bodies, because nobody gets me an H body.
I thought we found one the other day.
I thought we did too.
No one wants to buy a Seville.
I kind
I
of
kind of do.
I kind of do.
You say that, and then 3/4 of us go, "Yeah, I think."
What's the
I'm
Gross.
cost of a Seville split three-way?
Gross.
Well,
$100.
That's why I said to Trevor earlier. I said, "Do you want to share custody on a
Yep.
GR Corolla?"
That was the first thing he said to me when we walked in the door today.
Hey, we're good friends. You want to have a kid together?
But not like a real kid. One that will cost a lot less. Yeah. But
Anyways,
Put your arms down.
next topic. Do we want to talk about overrated and underrated mods?
sure.
We have a whole video on the Pedal Commander already.
Damn.
Overrated.
Underrated. Underrated. Suspension mods.
I say give Al some time to stew over overrated, underrated, and we just
Yeah.
talk about. I got a couple more
Wrap that around.
car things here, brewing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you're-
General car news.
going through your car
So we know that the C8 Z06 is on its way. It's coming soon.
Yeah. We can just
Define
go through all
soon.
the cool
Before
fuel
summer
cars.
is what I've heard. It's like summer delivery.
So like 2023?
Yeah, probably, knowing GM. But I read an interesting article today, and it said GM should make as many special edition Corvettes as Porsche does with the 911.
Yes.
And I am 100% down for that. Because you have your standard 911, you have your turbo, you have your GT2, GT3, GT3 RS,
GT1.
GT1. You've got all sorts of different ones. And they all have little biddly bots and different
There's like
doodads.
GT4 and then 4 RS and then 4.1.
Yeah.
Like,
But I think GM should do that.
yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Why?
because people will buy them.
The special colors and the floor mats.
But why not just put all the good stuff on one?
Because
you gotta have a base model.
Yeah, you gotta have a base.
Yeah, you have Duke model, and you have SS.
Well, they're gonna have the ZR1 or the Zora or whatever they call it, which is gonna be like the ultimatum.
Is
one.
that still hybrid?
That's what they used to say, and that brings us back to this morning when we talked about what happened to hybrid sports cars. But I'm so tired of GM doing boring stuff. Me and Bo were talking about it yesterday on the way home. Mid-2000s, almost every car that GM made had a cool model. Trailblazer SS. You had Park Ave Ultra. Came with, you know, they used to make these cool, quirky
there was
cars.
The special edition of
Yeah,
everything,
Although the special edition Grand Prix was the worst.
Was the worst one, yeah.
We were just talking about the what's the Saturn sedan box thing?
View.
The View Redline.
Yeah, the View Redline
Yeah.
came with a J Series Honda engine.
Why would you make a Redline View? Why not?
Why not? That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing to get a consumer excited with GM's offerings anymore.
Have you ever seen a View Green Line?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen one.
Yeah, the
in my
hybrid
life.
ones.
What?
Yeah.
They had a really
I
tiny
don't know what the
hybrid
production
system.
numbers were, but I've only ever seen one.
The hybrid systems all go bad, and then you're pretty much useless.
'Cause
after
no,
that,
they don't
because
make any,
they
yeah.
use the same technology in the Tahoe and the Suburban for a little bit, and actually Silverados. And my buddy Ryan bought a hybrid Silverado, and he got it for dumb cheap. It was like a 6-liter with the hybrid system, so it was pretty sweet. And then the hybrid system broke, and basically everywhere said we can't do anything with that, and it renders it useless. So
like it gets,
don't buy one of those.
Like totaled out, and that's kind of it.
Pretty much. You could.
Ouch.
I think you could buy a harness from a standard 6-liter car and then delete the hybrid system, but it's so tied into the body control modules and everything that it's just like
A 6-liter with a whole hybrid system. That truck had to weigh like
the hybrid
12,000 pounds.
motor only provided, I think, like 20 horse. Yeah, it was bizarre and weird.
Here's a gentle breeze to help you along.
They came out when the EPA started giving the regulations of your car brand had to meet X fuel economy, so they tried to like bump up everything by a little bit. But so don't buy one of those. But
somebody owns
you
one.
think you think about the current offerings. You got your Blazer, which came out, and it's like, oh, cool, it's a nice looking SUV, but the only option that you can get is the 3.6 NA V6. Why is there no well, they're coming out with an Escalade V, so that is one neat car. Mm-hmm. But why can't you get the LF4 in a truck? Or why can't you know?
I think
they're doing the Escalade.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Welcome to 2 minutes ago.
Oh, you mentioned that?
Yeah.
I was reading. Whoops.
But yeah.
No, but I think, okay, so like our April Fool's joke, we mentioned we're going to go towards electric because of all the EPA laws and regulations that are cracking down. So like if you think about it, when they were making those cars, that's when people were modifying cars to the moon. Like they didn't care, you know, that it was okay to be catless, you know, in most places. And now it's not. So they're thinking, okay, less people are going to be modifying. So we're just going to make it simple and easy and make something that's not going to be something that people have to worry about as far as maintenance wise.
I know that the enthusiast community is such a small subset,
Yeah.
and almost all of them do not buy new cars.
No, not at all.
So, and I know that's where GM is coming from. Is
It's silly to build a car.
we don't want to put the research into this to then sell ones of them to random people.
Then you look at, to the point Al brought up, look at the A90, the GR86, and now the Corolla hatch.
Yeah.
Those are made for tuners.
Yeah, they're made for enthusiasts. And
non-American vehicles.
the whole enthusiast community is going nuts. So yeah, they're Japanese. They're apparently still
Where they
caring about it.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Ted Dizzle said, yeah, I saw the other day the Blazer SS is coming back, but it's all electric.
Really?
Not
I
ready.
didn't see that.
We're not ready.
I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, Chevy Performance posted that, and then they're coming out with a full EV Equinox. And
I saw
we
the
know
Equinox.
that electric is the future, and it's inevitable. But man, this switch is happening way too fast. We went from, 2 or 3 years ago, Tesla was the only one carrying and making decent EVs, to now we're jumping.
I still think most of them are going to fail.
I really
I think they're going to push them back forever until they work.
Yeah.
Like the Hummer that was supposed to be here last year.
Yeah, that's possible.
That's going to be 6 years from now. We'll see that thing.
They've sold like 6. And it was supposed to be out at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
And I read an article today about how there's something like 65,000 people reserved one of the Hummers, and they're now saying that your delivery date is middle of 2024, 2 years away.
And that's not
I
even
doubt
like
that.
But they already
improving
have
it.
all the
That's
tooling
just
and everything.
building it.
Yeah.
In a year from now, that's going to be outdated technology.
Yeah, and Zoom always brings that up. Electric technology is moving so much faster than ICE technology ever did.
Yeah. If you're on an electric wait list, cancel it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
The only electric car you should buy is one that you can get now or when you want it.
Yep.
Because it is advancing so quickly. I mean, think about how long big jumps in gasoline engines took. I mean, you have your original ones, and then how long it took to get from carburetors to fuel injection, and then
OBD2.
fuel injection to direct injection, and advancements in all other areas. Dual overhead cam versus cam and block, and single overhead. It took generations, or not generations, but decades between different things, and now within 5 years, EVs have gone from this super small niche, you only get 200 miles of range, to the new Teslas have nearly 500 miles of range.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They've reached like regular car standard,
Yeah.
and they're 3 times faster than an average car.
Yeah. But I'm also hoping, on the flip side, with how many EVs are coming out, then maybe the car manufacturers can use their small subset of gas cars left to make cool gas cars?
Maybe.
Or they just...
I'm like, all the gas engine technology you just rattled off is things that didn't go away. I mean,
No.
they spent decades still refining, like the Cayman block pushrod engines.
Yeah.
So they've spent so many years refining that and getting the most out of it. It's like they don't even have the ability to do that with electrics.
No.
Because everything changes constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't build off of it as a block. They're completely changing it. So...
Yeah, the whole... Just the way that they're made...
You can't really
it
advance
doesn't
them.
follow the old method.
Yeah, you couldn't use X motor with Y battery pack because X motor has to go with X battery pack, or else it's gonna, And to your point of like cam and block, the GM's still using it in the LT1 and the LT4. I mean, they're direct injected now and they're higher compression, but yeah, they've built off of that for 100 years.
Might as well be.
So, I don't know. Maybe it's the nostalgia of we don't want this to go away.
Yeah.
But
I like the points that Jason was bringing up, though, that just the electric infrastructure as it sits. Some of the concerns that, like, Jason's obviously a smart person, but like we get kind of spoiled where we hear up and up constant news on electrics through Zoom all the time. So I'm not saying Jason's, I guess ignorant is the technical correct word, but not through any fault of his own.
Yeah.
And I mean that nicely, but like, gosh, I'm not a fan. I don't like how this is going.
Yeah, I know.
And we don't have the charging setup, and I understand that a lot of them are working on the bi-directional. Mm-hmm. And so once that actually is up and running, which probably will be sooner than we think based on the rate that the rest of the electric stuff is taking off. But I think that is one of the crucial things that has to happen on a very large scale
before all of the
it can go
manufacturers,
widespread.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that our grid can handle... like if everyone all of a sudden had an electric
and everyone at home switched to 220, because you have to have 220 at least.
Well, to charge in a useful rate.
Yeah, because if you plug our Model 3 in at home, to a 110 outlet. I think Ryan said he was going to get 7 miles of range
Overnight.
Oh,
Like useless. Not
completely useless.
Yeah.
Well, and just was it a couple months ago? They finally, because there's no regulations on this stuff yet. The superchargers, I think they opened up to Porsches and a couple others for like
okay.
an extra charge or something.
Probably.
But it's like
there's
the
still
upcharge
so
is
few
so
and far
much that
between.
you still
And-
can't really use it.
And then you have different chargers between manufacturers. So, you know, is the Tesla charger the standard that everyone will go to? Probably not, because, you know.
I'm going to do something quick while you guys are talking. What's the range, mileage range on our Model 3 from full?
310?
Yeah.
300, 310, something
All right,
like that?
carry
Yeah.
on.
Just start with 300.
Yeah, 300 is easy.
Yep.
That's
That's for a dual motor performance.
I know we could rant for days and days
Yes.
about electrics and the way it's changing. And
Okay, so
That was
let's
quick.
say
Yeah.
what. It's not difficult, man.
I thought you were coming back 10 minutes later or something.
No, I'm better than I thought. Let's say Ryan had our Tesla,
Uh-huh.
or the Model 3.
Yep.
And all he does is go from work to home.
1 point something miles.
Let's just say round up to 2.
Okay. Yep.
And all he had was a 110 charger.
Yep.
And his car was almost dead. It would take over 2 months to fully
charge.
charge the car by using 2 a day and then adding 7 overnight. So that is why I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not scared of the electric stuff.
You've never
But-
had range anxiety yet. Let me tell you about
we're
that.
just not there
Okay,
yet.
so Ross said 3 or 4 miles per hour. So it was more than
Oh,
I was.
okay.
I was exaggerating, but still, that's
Eh.
not good.
But
No.
on the other hand,
I mean,
take
8
someone
8
like,
times 4 is only 32. So
where are you going to
It's
go?
still
in 40
taking
miles?
a couple weeks.
yeah, still a long time.
You got someone like Bo that works here who lives 40 minutes away,
45 minutes. Yep.
and he spends $100 a week on gas right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think he said just over
Yeah.
Yeah, depending which car he drives.
$400 to $500 a month.
Yeah.
And luckily we have chargers at ZZP,
Mhm.
and some people do, some people don't. Most people work at home now, I think, but
Yeah. But
then it's kind of game changing.
yeah, well, the
Right,
other day.
and currently, because I'm sure Bo has 220 at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it could actually be useful for him, but that's because
Yeah.
Special
we have
circumstances.
we
yeah.
have chargers here. We have superchargers
Mm-hmm.
around in Grand Rapids.
Yep.
Like, it's
One.
not.
We have one in Grand Rapids, right?
We only have one.
Isn't there
No.
only one at
No.
the Hudsonville Meyer?
The 28th Street Meyer, the one far, far down 28th, is
The
Oh, down
original
by the highway.
charger.
So
The
Yeah.
original
Cascade.
buyer.
yes.
Yep.
Still, that's far as shit.
Yeah, that's real far.
Because when I had it one weekend, I was in Holland, and I think I had like 150 miles left, and I just had to go to South Haven, which is not far at all. And I wasn't going to make it there and back. And it was either go all the way to Hudsonville or try to go to South Haven and find a charger.
Yeah.
And I was full on range anxiety.
Yeah, it's-
terrified. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to make it.
It's a
And, it was
thing.
bad.
Yeah.
I
You
was like,
don't
I'm going
do
to drive
the,
slow. I'm not going to listen to the radio.
You don't do the I know my car in an electric
No.
car.
No.
No.
No,
Your
'cause
car
If
knows
the
your
wind
car.
blows the wrong way. you're
Yeah.
You get down to 5 miles and it just starts chucking parts off that are extra weight.
seat goes out the window.
Ejectocito, cuz.
Yeah, but back to the point that I was making, I think the biggest thing that hurts all of us is just there's no soul in them. They can be as fast as a plaid.
I've heard that so much
But
recently.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
true.
Who said that first?
Tim, maybe?
I
But
like
the same
whoever
guy
said-
that said torque is how hard you hit the wall, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, but this is a better analogy because you get in the Model 3 and you get used to what it does so quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, you've never driven it.
Nah,
But-
terrifies me.
You get into Model 3 and you drive it home and you're like, okay, this is cool. Then the next time you get in it, you're like, okay, it's quick. And
Yeah.
then you drive around. And
Tyler was with me the first time I drove. I would think it was Zoom's P100D.
Yeah, yep.
And I was like, Tyler, I didn't touch the brakes. And he's like, what? You didn't touch the brakes at all? And I was like, no, watch.
Yeah, the regenerative braking. It's cool. It's
So
a novelty.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
We like having to work to drive our car.
which is stupid. It's
Which
dumb.
is why we all drive a manual.
But that's why we drive cars that you kind of have to worry about sometimes, and you have a manual, and
Yeah, why would you drive a car with 3 pedals? That's silly.
the whole there.
Because there's always that risk of the missed one too.
I am getting it today. But yeah, the myth of fuel economy and fast shifts is gone because they're not slush box anymore, and so it's only purely your enjoyment of driving a manual, and it's your enjoyment getting in your car that makes twice the horsepower it did when it was stock because it makes loud noises and it makes weird noises and
then you add more noises.
Yeah, it's so bizarre to try to explain it to someone who's not a car enthusiast. Because, like, you tell Erica that, my wife, that, okay, I'm spending all this money to change the way my car drives so it can go faster. And then you start out with a Tesla that goes twice as fast from the box, and it's like, why wouldn't you just want that? Well, it's different.
Right.
It's emotional.
Yeah.
The view that I have on it is I appreciate electric cars. I do think very soon there'll be a very reasonable car to have as a daily. But the reason we are in these chairs right here is not because of daily drivers.
No.
Like, I could do things to make my car faster, like a freaking rear-wheel drive auto trans swap or something like that. But when you have to work hard just to complete a pass.
Hold on a second. I think I actually just recently rewatched this video because it's still one of my all-time favorite ZZP videos. Bo says it best after the race.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom's Grand Prix.
Yep, against
Tyler
me
and
and the Sonic.
And he's like, nothing like racing your best friend in 2 cars that you worked so hard at building.
Yeah.
And it's so true.
Yeah, it is. It's
And I that even goes back to the whole 4-cylinder 8. Why 4? Why 8? Well, 8, because you can drive off a lot that way. 4-cylinder, you're literally
you're working hard to get it
And I
to
mean,
some level, whatever
I
that
think-
level is for you.
especially you and Al has literally put how long, like last year, how many months working until what time at night
Yeah, a lot.
to make a couple of passes?
Yeah, I know.
But, but when you get up there and you have your burnout just right and the slick pressure is just right and you
Nothing
get right
beats
on the
that
bulb
feeling.
And you nail that one,
you
too.
nail the launch and you know it's a good 60 and you nail the
you
one
come
too.
out like Tyler shaking, holding your
Yeah.
slip.
It's like you did that.
Yeah, that was a culmination of all the work, all the effort, all the money. And
That's an
you
adrenaline
And
and an
it's slower
emotion.
than Zoom's car.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. I don't the whole like they are this
We're gonna
quick.
redo that this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna redo that, but it's just
P100 versus Honey Badger.
oh
Yeah.
I got to get to work.
Wait. The P100's gone.
Or no, the
Yeah.
plaid.
The plaid.
Yeah.
oh boy.
Plaid versus Badger. It's
But
it could happen this
Fun,
season.
though.
Good.
There's
Fun
also
to think
two sides
about.
of the camp. One would say, and there, I guess the business that we're in our company and what we've built is, Mike, we're going all electric, for sure. As we talk about all this.
Yeah.
But there's one side of the camp that I would say isn't who we cater to. Like you said, we're not talking about daily drivers here. That would rather hop in their car, go to the track, run a 9.9 on street tires, and then go home. But that's just not what we do. We're tinkerers.
And if that's what they want to do,
Cool. Yeah,
I'm fine with
It has
that.
their place. You will
But
win.
the
You will
thing
beat
I have
Al
noticed-
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Is most people that get their Tesla, they're like, oh man, I can make a good drag pass. They go to the drag strip, they get their slip, they leave,
Yeah.
never see them again.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all. That's
But,
all they need.
Like Al, you like every weekend, all summer, every summer.
I kind of I don't resent this in any way, but it was one of the first times we were at the track when I first started, and it was 2018, and I was walking around, and I'm texting Mike and Adam in our group chat, and I'm like, the people that come here week after week to chase a 10th is absurd. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, what kind of idiot?
Yeah, and then here I am.
Oh, that kind of idiot.
Yeah, that kind of idiot. Me.
Yeah, and that's to get off on a personal tangent. That's like the exact same war that goes on between raw and equipped powerlifting.
Yeah.
Whereas like raw would be the electric guys, and because it's just people that haven't done it,
Don't know.
and people that haven't raced with the dedication that we have. You're by no fault of your own, you're incapable of understanding it.
Mm-hmm.
Like until you've been there and done it, I can't use words to make you feel the same way we feel when you get a good pass.
I also don't know if this really has any relevance to it, but it's fun and it's amazing watching Tyler come up to the line, do a burnout. You're sitting there helping him, right? And people are just like, you got to be
in the
kidding me,
world?
right?
What is this
What is
noisy
this
thing?
little thing going to do? And then you make your pass and everyone's just like,
Whoa.
what? Like, that's also like,
Yeah, that's a
it's
big
a good
part of
It
it.
is. It's that accomplishment of taking something lesser and making
Or
it
when
more.
some V8 rear-wheel drive car at the half mile pulls like a semi on me,
and then
and then I just, gee, what was that?
yeah.
Ross says, modified electrics is coming. We
Yeah.
can be electric tuners too, to a point, but you can't.
Well, you
wait.
can use the word tuning for both, I suppose, but it really is something completely different.
Somebody Tesla swapped a goblin.
No, but he's saying that
it's
that's
gonna
coming.
be a thing. I was like, no,
And
don't
No,
do that.
don't.
Again,
Oh yeah, he's right. That kind of stuff is happening, just not on a gigantic scale.
But once you have that powertrain in the car, that's it. That's as far as you're going. Mm-hmm. And it will be absurdly fast, especially in a Goblin. That'd be absurd. I don't know where you'd put a battery pack, though.
I don't know.
On the
Because that's
bottom.
a really big,
There was a
really small.
I don't remember the name of the dude or the company, but we were looking into it a couple months ago. 350Z that did an electric swap, and somebody made an adapter to the
that's
transmission.
Mountain Pass Performance, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Like that kind of stuff. I think will take off a little more. Like crate
Yeah.
engine electric motor. Like
GM and Ford.
Well, yeah, and like we know a guy that's working on a performance hybrid system that's going to have electric in the back on a front wheel drive car, running a cranked up Nissan Leaf battery and motors. Which you crank them up, you can get a lot more power for a much shorter amount of time.
is
Yeah.
that the term for boosting electric
I
motors?
guess
Cranking them up.
Crank them up. You find the voltage knob and you just they start glowing.
What do you do on Power Wheels? To the
You
battery?
put more batteries.
Yeah, put more batteries. Turn the voltage up.
Yeah, and Ross, we're working on Tesla suspension and brakes, but those parts you get them in, and once they're there, that's it. They're there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
And he's not wrong.
there's-
I should have said when I was talking about tuning, I was talking specifically about the software side. You're right. When it comes to racing the car, there are chassis tuning.
Yeah.
And I suppose you could even say aerodynamic tuning.
Yeah, for sure.
And things like that. So yeah, there are still things you're going to be able to do to the cars. I'm just not there yet.
yeah. And I hope that's not where we go in 5 years. I hope we're still doing what we're doing.
Well, 5
And I
years. That's. I could see it going either way.
think
That's a lot.
I
of
hate
time.
politics, but in a couple years, if administration changes, I feel like things would change, but we don't know. Obviously, you can't look.
Everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Exactly. So it's hard to predict anything. Hindsight's stupid.
Must have coffee water.
Ugh.
Yeah, Adam Project. Most EV motors will not be Tesla power. I think I agree with that. I think
No.
most of these GM and whatever are going to go for range and not care about.
I think was it GM or Ford's crate electric engine or motor was like mid 300s
Yeah,
wheel horsepower and
but you got.
Oh yeah, I saw that down at PRI.
Think
Yeah.
about it as not comparing them like apples to oranges. I guess you'd call it more torque on an electric motor.
Yes.
Or all torque.
it's
Because you were talking about was it the Leaf hybrids or electric Leaf? No, not the Leaf.
the Spark EVs.
Spark.
Yeah.
And those are apparently stupid quick up to 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, they make like 400 foot-pounds.
Yeah. It's just the nature of electric
Now, see,
motors.
That's the kind of daily driver EV I would go
Yes.
for.
Yeah.
Not a Tesla. Yeah.
I like whoever, it might have been Zoom, probably was Zoom, who said it's an appliance. It's not a car. It's a dishwasher. You know?
Yeah.
It has utility.
Yeah.
Yep.
it
I need
is.
to get to work and back, and I bought a thing that did that.
And-
it happened to be a Tesla.
Winter daily, I'll take it all day long. I said it. I'll take a Model 3, fully optioned out, nice heated seats. They get hot quick.
I was about to say,
pull out
only
your
because
phone,
you
you boop,
literally
boop, boop.
turn it on and it's instantly
Instant
warm.
hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are
Instantly.
many perks, but
Yes, Ross, that's exactly the plan. We are, all jokes aside, we are full bore into doing what we can with the Teslas that we have. That's part of the reason
we have so many.
have
part of the
so
reason just
many.
because Zoom likes them and
Yeah.
cool for him, but also we have them here so that we can R&D parts
Yep.
Yeah.
and find ways that we can make improvements. Because, like, in my mind and where I sit, it's not so much even about the parts. It's like we're trying to do what we do. We're trying to find things that people who want to mod cars
Can do.
can do.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a stock car.
Because that
Stock cars are boring.
we're helping or trying to help bring the EVs in a more positive light. We're trying to find things that you can mod and tune and tinker with so that people can look at these cars and be like, oh, I can still have a little
Yeah.
bit of fun with it.
Yeah, and I mean, just off the top of my head, we have Model 3 coilovers, we have Model 3 lowering springs, we have Model 3 sway bars already ready. They're in production.
Testing. Yep.
Yeah. So yes, there's absolutely things that you can do, and I hope that people start modding them more, because right now you see Mountain Pass Performance and Unplugged. There's really like 2 or 3 big shops that are doing EV tinkery kind of stuff.
Yeah. And
There's,
they're able to do some cool stuff with it.
Oh yeah.
But like even those guys who have a huge step up compared to everyone else entering the market still hit a
Wall
limit
of
pretty quickly.
What's done? Once it's done, it's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, we'll have brake upgrades and control arms, and production cars are always going to be made for the masses. So we will find ways to take weight out and remove bushings and remove rubber, because everything's supposed to be soft and cushy and plushy for
What they're designed
yeah
to do.
what they're designed to do. So we're gonna make them loud and clattery and dumb.
I was just about to say nice and quiet, because that's all Zoom wants to do is make his nice and quiet.
Yeah,
But,
Zoom is not a car
well.
guy by any means.
Do they have motor mounts? Can do billet motor mounts?
Yeah.
I'm
gotta
sure
be
we can
bolted in somewhere, right?
we can
Yeah.
replace some rubber with poly, and we can.
We need to zip tie some weights to the axles of whatever Tim drives so that he can get that nice cabin vibration back that he loves so much.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
God. It's terrible.
That just sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
So I think we need to talk about more. You mentioned it super briefly, Tyler. So the problem is Teslas are getting so good, and we have these supercars that are dying off. GTR R8,
Yep.
because
Yep.
you can't build a V10 R8 and buy it for $100,000 and get beat by a base model Tesla.
Yeah,
I
It's
get
kind
why
of absurd.
everyone has to switch to EV, but the C8 is still going to be a hybrid, allegedly.
As far as we know, they still plan to make a top model that's a hybrid. And Ryan made a good point, because we were talking about it earlier. Why did that stop all of a sudden? You had
I have a theory, and this is completely just pieced together based on bits and pieces. I could be completely wrong.
yeah.
My theory is that while a few enthusiasts have figured out how you can take like a Nissan Leaf motor and battery, turn the voltage up, use it to do some quarter or half mile passes, I anticipate that being very, very, very hard on the lifespan of the battery.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right. So they can't do that in a production car.
Yeah.
Like you can't do a hybrid C8 that adds another 200 horse on a button, but the motor lasts a year, or the battery lasts a year.
Yeah, and
Once we get technology that can support insane recharge and discharge rates
Yeah.
and not degrade, if we had that technology right now, I expect that we would see a lot more supercar hybrid type stuff.
fully. And I think that's part of the reason why The more boutique brands like Ferrari and Aston Martin and McLaren were able to do that is they're selling a $250,000 car. So they know someone with a $250,000 can service it more often. You know, the dudes who are buying McLaren P1s are not working on them at home.
Right.
They flatbed them to McLaren. McLaren does all the work. They get a $30,000 bill, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
And they don't expect to drive it for 200,000 miles.
Exactly.
I think everyone knows this is like 20K and it's gonna fall apart. Like
yeah. That who did I just see? The Sultan of somewhere in the Middle East was sending his McLaren F1 back to McLaren to be serviced, and it only had like 30,000 miles on it. And that was a car that was made in 1990.
Did they say
Yeah,
what went
but
wrong?
30,000 on those
Wow.
cars is like 130,000 on our cars.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That the way that you drive a car like that is completely different
Yeah.
than Jane going to the grocery store 7 times a week.
Just
Freaking
to
Jane.
sit in that car for 30,000 miles.
Yeah, that's a long time. That's a lot
Yeah.
of miles.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun having it.
Yeah,
I'm guessing he wasn't just cruising to the grocery store.
No.
No, a friend of mine,
He was
had a
out there
few-
doing those 120 mile an hour drifts.
Yeah.
The
She's had
Atom
a-
Project says the only way the Corvette will hang with the Tesla Roadster will be all electric. I don't know.
I don't think the Tesla Roadster is coming out.
We don't know a lot about the Roadster, and we also don't know much about the Corvette.
Well, the Roadster was supposed to ship last year, and it has
So
since
yeah, if
disappeared.
you signed up for
from-
one, cancel it.
Yeah,
If it hasn't already been canceled
yeah.
on you.
Ashley, you were saying though.
So I have a friend who's had several different Lambos, new ones all the time. And She was telling us about one, and I think she said it maybe had like 20,000 miles on it. She's like, yeah, it's clapped out. We're like,
20K?
what?
What?
Yeah, that's like old for those, isn't it?
As soon as it loses the new car smell,
What?
it's done with
Just
it.
get rid of it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's shit. Okay.
That's like the Bugatti Veyron, like the first
No,
like,
a
super
V8 in
fast
a gas
one.
tank is not lighter than
I
a
think
battery.
they said those are like all of them fell apart by 10,000 miles. I was watching some video where everyone was having problems after 5,000 miles or something.
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
I don't know. And then you got to look at the DDE guys, though. They beat the out of
Oh,
those
yeah,
cars,
yeah.
man. So,
That's
like,
true.
I would like to know how many miles are on their cars because they do like
cross
full-
country.
yeah.
yeah,
That's
freaking cannonball run dudes. Like
Yeah.
that's 2,000 miles in what, a week?
3 days, something like
Something.
that.
Yeah, whatever they do that in. Like
Yeah, it's crazy, but
his V8 and gas tank lighter than a 100 kilowatt battery. Yeah, that's the other thing is weight. The batteries are battery versus weight. And if you hook an engine up
that
to it,
kind of ties into what I was saying. Like in order to have it effective for a hybrid supercar type thing, you can't have a ton of battery in there.
no, because
It's got to be light to be fast. So you need a compact battery that has insane charge and discharge capability.
which we don't have.
Right.
I mean, the modern battery tech is getting better.
Bing bong, bing bong.
Bing bong.
hey, Jeff Gordon.
Jeff started it.
What's up?
Beans, rice, Jesus Christ.
He just got his shout out Jeff Gordon car back up for this season.
Yeah, he's running. He's got a Cat 5 porta blower, E85. He's making some jam already. He was pissing off his neighbors last night, logging for for tuning. He was like, my neighbors were pissed.
His neighbors are ready for electric.
Yeah, they are. But I mean, just think about your iPhone. How far iPhones have come in the last few years, but batteries are still a concern. You use it for 2 years, and then your battery's wasted
Yep.
because you charge it and discharge it every day from full to.
But maybe we're thinking about it wrong. Maybe we're old school and thinking you keep a car for 5-10 years. Maybe you're only supposed to keep a car for 1 year.
That's dumb.
Like a phone.
That's dumb.
How are you
I
talking about
hate
that's
waste.
dumb? You literally can't keep a car longer than a year. or
Yeah, but
two.
someone else gets it. He's talking about like we keep them and then you just jump
Yeah,
it.
they're throwaway
yeah,
after
can
that.
you
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
what junkyards would look like?
Well,
Good Lord.
that's another thing is where do you dispose of all these
and
ice
where do you
cars?
dispose of all these
They're batteries,
bad
so you can throw them in the
batteries?
ocean.
True.
Oh no.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah. My R6 engine has 30,000 miles. Hard life needs a rebuild. Yeah, and that's.
Yep.
I mean, me and Al were talking about it today. When you are really pushing a gas engine, you have to rebuild it. When you're winging things to 9-10K, it's inevitable that you're going to have to rebuild it every few years. The fact that OEs can get, I mean, think about it, 200K out of an engine is really...
It is pretty cool.
Really cool.
What do you guys think the difference is? So we have our gas engines. You have a Cobalt SS. One dude daily drives it, and another dude tracks it every weekend. Road course.
Yep.
On the limiter all the time. And then you have two Model 3 performances. One dude daily drives it. One dude road courses it. On the limit. What do you think the wear difference is? Because the Cobalt, obviously, is going to need parts fixed.
I don't think that's something we know yet.
Twice as fast, probably, as the daily driver.
Yeah.
Give or take.
I mean, look at Noah.
Yeah, or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But-
based on the discharge rate of the battery and the weight of the car on the suspension and the tires and the brakes.
Yeah, the wear items will certainly...
Well, I guess regen's going to help some.
But yeah, suspension is... Those are heavy cars.
Have you ran the Model 3 on the road course?
On the road course, no. There was a article that I read the other day about this, because part of the reason that people are pushing back on electrics is the potential waste from, say, tires and suspension parts and brakes.
Waste and nastiness of the mines.
Yeah, well, that's a whole different thing. Of course, the article conveniently left that whole part out of battery mining. But what was dumb was they used New York City taxis, and they used New York City gas-powered taxis, which are all like Camrys now, versus this fleet of Nissan Leafs. And they're like, oh, well, the Leaf only used... they went through a set of brakes every 100,000 miles versus a Camry that went through them every 25,000 miles. And the whole article was super skewed towards electrics. I guess in that particular scenario, yeah, a Leaf is going to use less brakes because it has regenerative braking. But if you're out driving a car more than 25 miles per hour from stoplight to stoplight in New York, you're going to use a lot more brakes.
And if you know how to do a brake job, what's a brake job on a Camry? $60 for all four?
Yeah,
like it.
You could probably turn the rotors and get a set of pads for $50. Oh,
Yeah.
nice pads.
It seems like that's not something you would want to use as your EVs are the future fuel.
And then the
Yeah.
other point was tires, because EVs are inherently heavier, and they're like, oh, well, EVs got the same mileage per their tires. And it's like, well, yeah, they're all stock alignment. Like,
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
I guess in grand scheme of things, it's part of the equation. But in an enthusiast mind, yeah, a Model 3 on a road course is going to go through tires a lot faster than any lighter weight car that, I mean, what does a Model 3 weigh? I don't even know.
Do we know?
4? Almost 4, I want to say.
Oh, I bet it's
Holy
over 4.
It's got to be more than that, I would think.
Oh, I'm an old man. I've had the freaking flashlight on.
There goes
That's
his
how
battery.
your battery goes.
See, this is why Tyler can't have an EV.
Yep.
He just leave
Leave
it
the
on
lights
all
on.
the time.
Well, at least it shuts off on its own, and we know that.
Not
because-
his. He'd find a way.
Yeah.
What was I looking up? Oh, yeah.
What did your Cobalt do? No, that was turned off when you were driving, not the opposite of
Oh, yeah.
stayed
The
on.
blue car turns off randomly when you drive it down the road. It's all right.
Strap your batteries down, guys.
No, it's not a battery issue. The battery's good. It just randomly dies.
Oh, I thought it was the battery strap.
No.
Oh.
No.
He thought that too.
Yeah, I did.
Car mod guy
4,200 pounds.
Holy
Yeah.
Wow.
smoke.
So I just
Tough on
using
shocks.
just using Tim's ATS-V, for example, which was about 4,000 pounds, would go through a set of tires a road course day. Whereas you drive like a Miata or even a Cobalt. Even my Camaro, I can go a full year on track and daily driving on a set of tires.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
What's your Camaro weigh?
3,400 with me in it,
So.
which isn't adding much. But
Yeah, I was gonna say so 3,400 is regular.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Like, I'm curious to see what Jackie Ding will have, because he raced his Model 3 all last season.
Oh
He
yeah.
didn't say he had any
Really?
issues,
No,
but
yeah.
it sounds like he's gonna keep racing it. So I'm sure we'll hear what
He's got
How
his-
did I
fails
not know that?
he's got a Supra in street mod, and then he's got a Model 3 in street.
that he thrashes. Oh
Yeah,
my
that
gosh.
dude
No way.
He does not
Beats
care
up
about
his
his Model
cars.
3.
No. Well, I don't think it's.
Or any of
I
his
don't think
cars.
it's his. I think it's a
Well.
car that he's given to drive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Same.
you always drive a
Same,
rental car
same.
the hardest.
Yeah, no kidding.
And now we got Ken Block and his whatever the Audi thing is called.
e-tron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, he's in
That
an
thing's
e-tron.
awesome.
It's pretty cool. But he also has a bunch of Hyundai rally cars. So
Yep.
that's cool too.
Arguably cooler.
Yeah.
Have you seen
But-
any of the videos of the Dakar Rally EVs?
Mm-mm.
Pretty cool.
I'll have to look it up.
That's not in the United States, is it?
Nah. I don't know if it's actually Dakar Rally, but it's that same style of racing. They have an EV division.
Yep.
Oh.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Because you just see this rooster cloud coming from a half mile away, and then it just...
Chevy
didn't
Duramax
think
Crew
about
Cab,
that.
8,200 pounds.
EV is probably awesome for rally car builds. I would think.
Lots of wind noise, I bet.
Yeah.
Heck, I don't know. I've never driven one.
5,000 is what a Model X weighs.
Does Kelly have a Model X or a Model Y?
Why?
Why?
A Y.
Y.
Okay. Is the X is bigger?
What is a
I
Model
believe
X?
so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you,
I know
do you
it's-
know though?
I know
that,
X is the only one we don't have.
the
Yeah.
Tesla models are
Sexy.
S3 XY.
Sexy.
I do love how much Elon trolls. Like he loves.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
makes
I'm a big
announcements
fan.
on
The
April
marketing
20th.
humor
and,
is
oh
on
yeah,
point.
it's up there. It's good. What kind of tires on the Camaro? Right now, I have a set of Federal
Shout out
RS
Federal.
Pros. Shout out Federal.
Yeah, Federal Tire,
Sponsorship.
please sponsor us.
I did hear some disheartening news the other day, guys. I'm
Are
gonna
they
have to
going
break
up
it
again?
No, I'm gonna have
Oh.
to break it to you. Federal Tires, as of 2020, was on a U.S. regulation ban for selling because, and this is so dumb, I am pissed. The U.S. is mad at Federal because they call it tire dumping, meaning they're entering a bunch of too cheap tires into the market. So the U.S. pulled Federal. The only Federals you can find now are all old stock
What the heck?
Oh,
because
like
the
they're banned,
tires, yes,
essentially in the U.S.
for 2 years.
They were good, U.S. They were good.
This is
They were great.
stupid government crap that doesn't need to, like, I hate
Leave our
politics.
tires alone.
You're telling me that a company can't sell cheap tires because they're too cheap? How stupid is that?
Like it's not a like rating approval
No.
or a wear
No,
approval.
they-
It's
No,
They-
you're undercutting the ones
It's a
that
price
paid us
point.
money, so
Exactly.
you're gone.
Bridgestone, Goodrich, there's some money in the pot somewhere that somebody's grabbing from. And Federal was too cheap. So the U.S. said, you're banned for 2 years, come back with higher prices.
what?
So we are effed. And I am so mad.
That's really dumb.
Yep.
Well,
And on that,
Federal.
Hold on.
Our sponsorship's gonna be
Mike.
a little more tricky, but we'll figure it out.
Mike, come on.
I know, right?
You seeing this?
I don't see it. Who's Mike?
John's 14M.
It's like 38.50 with you in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let that slide.
Yep.
The Federal did make a decent Auto X tire.
Yep. Not
Not anymore, I guess.
anymore.
What are we
So,
gonna
yeah.
do for tires?
I don't know. Cosmo, mucho machos.
Mucho machos.
Pick your
no,
part.
Federal is not Chinese. They are from Taiwan
Are they actually?
or Singapore.
That's
I-
not a country.
I don't even know where Singapore is. I have no idea.
I mean, I guess we're just talking about places. Doesn't
Yeah.
have to be a country.
See,
so.
I never said it was a country. I totally thought it was, though.
Oops.
When you say Singapore, I think of where Finding Nemo is from. 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
That's Australia.
That's Australia.
Yeah, that's where I would guess Singapore is
All right.
located.
Well. Trevor needs a geography. Oh, well, we all do. We all need a
What?
geography class.
I'm too young. They cut that from my high school program.
Yeah. I thought you meant you're too young for Finding
not
Nemo
assigned
because
his
I was
name
about there
either.
too.
Yeah, that's when did this
Too
first
young or
Nemo
too
came out?
old?
No,
I thought,
first
I
Nemo
thought,
came
I
out
thought
a
I was
long
too
time
old
ago.
for Nemo.
Trevor's been like 16 for 8 years. So
That's true. Yep, Singapore's near Malaysia.
Yeah, R888s are cool, except for the R888R. They're the worst tire ever made.
And the fact that they're $350 a piece.
And if you put them all in your car, it's going to drive crooked.
And
treads crooked.
sound like you're in a freaking Churchill tank.
That's true. They are louder than my snow tires, and that's bad. But
I'm just kidding.
We-
They are sticky tires,
we-
but the
yeah.
tread, no, I can't do it.
like
Tim
I
loves them.
Like I talked about earlier, we drive cars that make dumb noises, and we make them make more dumb noises.
And then
And-
complain about the dumb noises.
But we love it.
But we love it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about the dumb noises. I
Like when
the
we
dumb
were on the way
noises.
to lunch today, we're sitting at a stoplight, and Tyler's car's sitting there with full mounts just shaking, and he looks over at me, and we're just like, yeah, this is nice.
Yep. It's just buzzing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, don't
Abby and
drive
I
on
were
those
nice and
MT
comfy.
slicks with cracks. Don't do that.
Who was it in the office yesterday that was saying, you're in a race car when you can't see out of the rearview mirror?
Yes,
It's just like
exactly.
buzzing the whole time.
It's just TV static up there. Yep.
Anyone have any last points about new cars or whatever's on your mind?
Yeah.
Words!
Mike,
Wow.
of course they're $150 a pop when you're running 15s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shut
The
up.
little baby tires.
Shut up.
Shut up, Mike.
Why does your car weigh so much if you're running 15?
It doesn't. It weighs like 2,200 pounds. And then 3,000 with Mike in it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Well,
Sean, no. Can't do that.
Nope. Yeah, you gotta
It's-
have.
It would have to be from Vauxhall Opel, and I don't know of anyone that's done the full conversion to see if it fits yet. That was one of the reasons I'm tinkering around with that stuff on the Blue Turd. It is not because I want an all-wheel drive auto. It's because from the diff back, or center diff back, it's the same
Yep.
as overseas. So if those parts can go in and not break at moderate power, then play with the idea of the manual trans.
We're
Plus a
gonna
lot of fab work.
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna break it. We're
Jason,
gonna break a lot of stuff.
still to be determined. We haven't announced it yet. So,
We need to do that.
Yep.
yeah. 15s are huge.
15s are huge.
Oh, of
Okay.
course. Friggin' cappuccino.
Yeah. What does that run? 13s? Who even makes?
15s fill his whole wheel well. Gonna have to run some rubber bands on them.
What do you run before we close this out?
Yeah,
what size
I'd
wheel
be
is
curious.
normal on a cappuccino, and what do you run?
Is it like a 205 50 14? Is that
the
huge?
Echo-
And that's a
comes
big
with-
meat.
Yeah,
right
it's a
there.
big meat.
The Echo comes with 13s, I think.
That goes a go-kart with a windshield.
Yeah.
It might be 12s. Because it has Celica wheels on it, which are 13s.
Woo.
12s are
Boy.
a thing? That's not a size.
What does this translate to? 15s. Okay. That's Honda
okay.
things,
Yep.
I guess.
Honda things. 4x100 race. That's me on the blue car. Just to poke some more at Ryan.
Yeah. Speaking of tires and Camaros, your Federals might not even hook anymore.
They might not.
I hope they won't.
Yeah, I hope not either.
I mean,
We're gonna make some sauce this year, some jam, if you will.
some jam.
We need to do
will be
another
made.
Yep.
burnout video.
Let me figure out how to end this.
Yeah, but now that I can't get Federals, I can't burn them off.
Oh, touche.
Yeah, gotta keep them.
Yep.
Wonder how much you
I got
can
the
sell
I got
them
the
for.
stock wheels on there right
Yeah.
now.
Because inflation and scarcity, price on those used Federals
Could go
worth
up.
more than they were new now.
No, seriously, they are. Anyway,
Anyways,
I gotta get to Denver, so
Oh yeah,
I won't see you guys next week.
what are you guys doing next?
you're going for the whole
this
week.
weekend?
Whole week.
All right, well, guess we'll run 10s next year.
Damn.
It's April.
Had to throw one more
It's
in.
June. We've established this
That's
already.
true, it is June already.
And now it's April, so it's actually July.
Yep.
Al, what are you doing this weekend?
Nothing.
Okay, that's exciting.
I had plans to go to Chicago and train with some really strong people, but that got moved. So
Oh,
I'm gonna maybe do some honey badger work tomorrow,
Nice.
and then do stuff with the wife and kids,
Fam.
nice.
and then probably go up north for a little bit Sunday.
Mike Johnson, I am specifically banned by HR by answering your question. I'm not going to do that.
But the answer is yes, we know.
Yes, we know. Ashley, what you doing?
What are you doing?
My kid's on spring break this week, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna hang out tonight.
Gonna go
And
down to
then-
Florida, go do a rager
Hell
right on the
no.
beach.
No, he was like last week. All the kids this like over in Michigan are this week, so he still goes to school in Chicago. So he was last week, but then go see a movie this weekend. If anyone's seen the new Lost City movie, I heard it's hilarious.
Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Looks good.
I don't watch movies.
you know, just hang out, relax.
Good time. You should
It's
try.
supposed to be pretty cold
Yeah.
here this weekend. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
same shit.
Trev, what you doing?
Same as Ashley. Kate's on spring break, teacher thing, so
Nice.
Yeah.
just gonna hang out.
Yeah,
do some
that's
stuff.
why we get to leave for a week because Erica's
Yeah.
on spring break.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's true. If they're letting her leave the building, you better make it worthwhile.
exactly, exactly.
Everyone in the chat, I hope you have a good weekend too.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll
Yep.
see you next week. It's not gonna be episode 69 anymore, and I'm a little sad,
Heck.
but it'll be 70.
Wait, I got to get one more in here. Nice.
Nice.